things about Caitlin, but she is also sharing a look behind the scenes at a lot of the drama and negative things that happened last season.
Excerpts have been released from this book. We've seen various characters in it already try to either get ahead of it.
Christine Brennan is releasing her book about Caitlin Clark, and she talks about the impact of Caitlin Clark, and I'm sure there will be so many wholesome.
Did the WNBA just sabotage its own future by mishandling Caitlin Clark's meteoric rise? Christine Brennan's explosive new book claims jealousy within the league, and outdated strategies created a hostile environment for Clark. But here's the real question. What critical mistakes did the WNBA make that may have cost them millions? This is bigger than just basketball. It's about the league's survival. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
On what Caitlin Clark's first year in the WNBA looked like and the lack of preparation from the league level to the players.
Excerpt in the book where we talk about the controversy surrounding the eye poke saga, where Dejanay Carrington poked Caitlin Clark in the eye.
Caitlin Clark wasn't just another promising player. She was a phenomenon that commanded attention like few others had before. Her deep threes electrified fans, and her no-look assists sparked highlight reels that went viral overnight. But instead of fully embracing this once-in-a-generation star, parts of the WNBA seemed to hesitate and, in some cases, outright resist. Why? According to Christine Brennan's recent revelations, much of it came down to a mix of internal jealousy and the league's own inability to handle what Clark represented. Rather than rally around her, it felt like the system worked against her. Even when she delivered everything the WNBA claimed to want, marketability, skill, and attention from a wider audience.
The internet was in an uproar. The WNBA PA came out against Christine Brennan because she was questioning Dejanay about the eye poke situation.
Never sniffed what Caitlin Clark has meant to the profile of women's basketball. And Christine Brennan was shocked that they would compare it to that.
Let's talk about the on-court treatment she faced. During her breakout performances, Clark was fouled hard in nearly every game, often with little or no reaction from referees. They let things slide to the point where even fans at home noticed the difference in the way she was officiated. It got worse with comments from other players too. Instead of congratulating Clark for what she brought to the league, a few high-profile names made thinly veiled jabs at her style of play, calling it showboating or implying she hadn't yet earned their respect. It's the kind of gatekeeping that can poison the well for new stars, and for a league trying to grow, it sent the wrong message. But this wasn't just about basketball, it was cultural.
Should be covered. And Christine Brennan, everything that I've learned about her in the past year is, she's this tenured writer.
I think it's still being brought up because unfortunately some of the things that happened last season, some of the messaging that happened last season, some of just the drama that surrounded
press tour kind of for this book, and this book is really, charging up, and I think it's ready to drop like a thud.
Here's Caitlin Clark, a white player from Iowa, suddenly becoming the face of a league where the majority of players are black. For some, that seemed to strike an uncomfortable nerve. Clark didn't create that dynamic, yet she embodied it, and the WNBA's failure to navigate this tension only added fuel to the fire. Compare this to other leagues, like golf with Tiger Woods or the NBA with early Michael Jordan. They had stars with polarizing aspects, yet managed to harness those tensions in ways that expanded their brands globally.
She's going to talk about, the systemic bias, and she's going to deep dive, on women's basketball and the WNBA.
The week was dedicated to celebrating and amplifying A'ja, Caitlin, Dejanay, and Nafisa for their hard work and truly exceptional performances all season long.
The WNBA, though, couldn't pull it together. This wasn't just Clark's battle. It exposed the league's deeper struggle with leadership, unity, and vision. And honestly, that cost everyone involved. Imagine this. Caitlin Clark steps onto the court, And suddenly, every seat in the arena is sold out. Fans are lining up hours before tip-off just to catch a glimpse of her warm-ups. Social media is blowing up with highlights of her no-look passes and insane shooting range. For the WNBA, this could have been the ultimate moment to scale up, to grab new audiences, lock in lucrative sponsorships, and finally break into the mainstream. But instead of riding the wave, the league seemed lost in its tracks, stuck with outdated strategies that didn't match the hype she brought.
But this is such an important season for the WNBA, and it doesn't seem like the league in its totality has learned much.
Christine Brennan's from the old school. Like, she was there, for the Title IX stuff, like when it first came down. Like, so she's not going to be pulling punches on.
Here's what went wrong. Caitlin Clark's games brought in massive attention, not just in person, but on TV ratings and online engagement. Yet, the WNBA's response fell embarrassingly short. There were no bold marketing pushes centering Clark as the league's new star, no strategic partnerships that captured her appeal, and no plan to keep these new fans engaged. Clark drew crowds who might not have paid attention to the WNBA before, and the league failed to show them why they should stay. It wasn't just about one player, it was about creating a larger moment for women's basketball, and they fumbled it. The financial impact? Let's break this down. Attendance spiked during Clark's appearances, but the league didn't capitalize on the momentum with premium merchandise, ticketing schemes, or fan experiences tailored for the buzz she created. One insider even compared their management style to running a lemonade stand, highlighting just how unprepared they were to handle the surge. That lack of professionalism extended to sponsorship opportunities. Brands circling her viral highlights were primed to pour money into the WNBA, but without a marketing engine behind Clark, those deals simply didn't happen. It wasn't just about losing revenue.
Underfunded and not as promoted, how they operated kind of like as this secret society that I think she's going to lift the hood up on.
Caitlin was Rookie of the Year. Hers had not been announced yet, and they essentially leaked it, and everybody knew that she was going to win Rookie of the Year from this statement.
I imagine WNBA leadership is not thrilled to see this thing drop because she's going to spotlight the failures, the shortcomings.
The league also let an entire wave of potential long-term fans slip through their fingers. Younger audiences, drawn by flashy plays and personal star power, saw nothing to stick around for. And if better leadership had planned ahead, this moment could have been their golden age. Instead, the mishandling left the WNBA grasping at what should have been a guaranteed success. So, what happens if they keep resisting change? The WNBA's mismanagement of Caitlin Clark's rise isn't just a one-off misstep. It highlights deeper, structural problems within the league. Christine Brennan's work reveals these issues plainly. Outdated thinking and jealousy are blocking progress. The league has to decide. Will it cling to old ways or embrace the future Clark represents? Players like Clark bring attention, new fans, and revenue. Failing to fully support them not only hurts these stars, but risks the league's survival altogether. The answer is simple: protect players, embrace change, and grow. If the WNBA doesn't evolve now, it risks fading from the spotlight entirely.